Here at the School of Liberal Arts at IUPUI, we have a new innovative major. It's a new interdisciplinary major in applied theater, film, and television. At its core, applied theater is simply using the theater, the gifts of the theater, collaboration, imagination, storytelling, aesthetics, and craft, and applying it in non-traditional settings or areas. So with different populations, with different types of communities, in different settings that we normally wouldn't think of, with official audiences or official structures. One of the things that I hope that prospective majors who come to IUPUI to study applied theater recognize here is the fact that they are going to be part of an elite, innovative group.
I think you will find that there's a lot of theater in psychology type settings, especially in treatment centers where people maybe do some role playing, or where maybe at-risk kids are given the opportunity to do some role playing or to express their emotions through various theatrical practices. And I think that a lot of people would love to perform, but they just need somebody that can guide them.
What Mr. Emilio was telling me was that his goal for the class was to really expand on what creative drama means and to do some interdisciplinary work. And so I'm like, okay, what does that mean? How could I bring in my discipline into the discipline that he's about to teach me? And so it's something I worked very closely with Mr. Emilio on, because I really had to work through the facets of, okay, how do I go about this in all the right ways? What do I want them to take away? How can I teach these people these things about how to correctly act in the workplace, how to correctly respond to a situation, and how to move forward and build a better company culture. And so I think that's also a bigger, overarching goal of, okay, this creates the people who we are. I was really trying to integrate, the training, the onboarding, the laws that are associated with the theater, and how can we teach people through getting up on their feet and engaging with others and learning through play.
What I learned about being a facilitator from Creative Dramatics is really being open and being understanding of the students' understanding of the topic. I really wanted them to self-explore and find their Vienna. And like some of the exercises I was planning on doing is monologues, singings, or sculpting, and some students may feel so uncomfortable doing that.
The artistic inquiry question was something along the lines of, how can I use creative dramatics to explore challenges within the Black community? And something that really has been an issue for me that I've been grappling with is the idea of how police brutality has truly been affecting small children and the trauma that it has been employing. I would go around the room and I would ask them to look at a line or a poem that I pulled up, and I wanted them to write 3 words down that came to their head. Boom, 3 words, nothing more, nothing less. And then we would use those 3 words and have a conversation about what type of perspectives they had on it, what are some challenges they may have faced, what are some things that are bothering them, and what are some things that they think that they could do to kind of help with those experiences that they were having.
Well, there's a lot of different ways that theater can be applied in the real world, besides just in the community theater aspect, obviously. But a few years ago, hired on behalf of a major pharmaceutical company, I hired an actress to perform the role of being a diabetic, and they took her around the world to help doctors and salespeople for that company, or doctors who were prescribing that, to understand the implications of why their products were so useful to a diabetic person, and having a real person in the room gave them a different perspective than just sitting there watching a video. And they had the opportunity to interview the actress after the fact in character.
The word theater is scary to some people, right? And getting up and acting out is scary to some people. And then the next thing you know, they can really learn a lot about what their company expects of them through these exercises, and really just also work on being better people and creating better, safer community.
Over and over, I kept hearing from people, wow, I wish I had this opportunity. I'm so excited. We want to partner with you because we know that the kind of artists that you'll be generating will be people that will be socially conscious, that'll be community aware, and that will engage with our programming and make us smarter and better. with all the communities that we work with here in Indianapolis.
I think if you had a degree in applied theater, it would give you the opportunity to go into the world and find ways to apply your interests, apply your desire to perform, to create in the corporate world or in the medical world, or really any place where somebody wants to assist or facilitate the ability for people to express themselves. And I think that having an applied theater degree gives you an opportunity to think creatively and outside of the box and find ways to appreciate your and utilize your creativity at the same time of making a living, which obviously we all need to make a living.